Why we have thousands of natural languages? What is the purpose of natural language? For communication? Then, yes, for communication. What are the feelings are there? We want to communicate with our other people. We want to share something, right? Any other? Only for communication? Okay. Then the other side, programming language. When it comes to machine, we have invented machine, programming language, and we have again tens and hundreds of programming languages are there, right? So many programming languages are there. Some of them are known to us: C, C language, C++, Java, Python, some Pascal, COBOL is there. Okay. Based on the purpose, these are invented. There are so many programming languages are there. Why so many programming languages invented or created? Based on the purpose, right? Based on the purpose. Okay. For example, some calculation purpose, automation purpose, business purposes, scientific purposes. Okay. Based on our requirements, we have created or invented so many programming languages, right? So when it comes to natural language, what is the basis for natural language? The starting point of natural language. Letters. Okay, consider letters English language అనుకోండి. ఏముంటుంది స్టార్టింగ్ లో ఫస్ట్ వన్ లెటర్స్ vowels and consonants, right? Vowels and consonants. Next one, next level, words. అంతేనా? Vowels and consonants at the beginning, starting level, vowels and consonants. The next level we have words are there. Every language provides some thousands of words and their meanings are synonyms. We used to say that. After the words, sentences. Next level, paragraphs, right? Words, sentences, paragraphs. Next one, some stories. Okay, for example, multiple paragraphs or stories or poems or in different ways we can use the language, right? So, how the sentence is formed? Sentence formation. Just like that, we can form a sentence or any procedure we need to follow. We need to follow some procedure. What we call that procedure? Grammar. Grammar, okay, we must follow the grammar to framing a sentence or paragraph or whatever it may be. We must follow the grammar. Indirectly, we call it as some rules, procedure or rules or grammar, right? So, in the same way, programming language, when we see the other side, the basics of programming language, okay, we have the programming language, we have created a programming language, right? For the purpose of some calculations, for the purpose of automation, okay, in a faster manner, quickest manner, right? Calculations done within short span of time, very very small amount of time, okay, or the processing the data, or sending the data, or receiving the data, execution or processing. For all kinds of activities, we have invented machine, and for that machine we have created a programming language where the machine can understand, right? So what is what are the basics of programming language? Just like natural language, we will discuss some of the some vowels, consonants, words, next lines, sentence, next multiple sentences, paragraphs, okay, multiple paragraphs, poems, all those things. The other side, programming language. Whenever we talk about programming language, what are the basic requirements for a programming language? Starting point of programming language. I'm asking about your first chapter, just revising. What is that author book, standard book name for our subject? For C programming, Introduction to Programming, right? Our subject name is Introduction to Programming. What is that book name? No one is referring. We don't know that one. No student, not only us, everywhere. No one is reading books, right? Okay. Up to intermediate, ఏదైతే స్పూన్ ఫీడింగ్ ఉందో అది వదిలేసేయండి ఇప్పుడు. Very important. Change your mindset. Okay? Change your mindset. Don't depend on spoon feeding. Don't depend on others. Read books. For learning, one and only one solution is that by reading standard books only. By reading books, referring books. Even not a single book also. For every subject, at least 3, 4 textbooks. Right? Nowadays, the students are completely depending on Google, right? Google and Chat GPT. That is not the solution. Okay. In what way we can learn is that just cut, paste, and learn it. There is no link between one point to another point, one topic to another topic. Right? That means whenever we learn something, continuity must be there. That is very, very important. Continuity must be there. అంతేనా? మనం జస్ట్ గూగుల్‌లో సెర్చ్ చేసాము, చదివినాము, అయిపోయింది. చదివాము, అయిపోయింది. ఖతం క్లోజ్. నిన్నేం చదివాము, ఈరోజు ఏం చదివాము సంబంధం లేకుండా ఉంటుంది. రైట్? That's why I used to say that please read books only, standard books only, not only for our subject, for all subjects. Please change your mindset. These 4 years are very important in your life, engineering. Okay, na? Even degree is also not important. Not important means up to some extent. Okay. What they will ask, the companies, they will ask about the what skills they want, they need skills, not the degrees. Right? Degree is the minimum requirement to enter into the hall. The next question is that what skills do you have? What you can do for the country or organization? That is very, very important. Right? Okay. Please, at least from now onwards, read books for all subjects, for all years. That is one and only one solution. And Google or whatever, Chat GPT or whatever it is there, that is the last option. I'm saying. Please remember that one. Very important point. If you read the textbook, that continuity will be there. Logically, all the topics will be continued. Okay. Otherwise, we'll miss the continuity. If you miss the continuity, there is no meaning in learning. There is no meaning in learning those things. Right? The last option is the Google and Chat GPT. First option and main option is the standard books only. Okay. At least from now onwards, please read books, borrow books from library. Again, so many books are available online also, PDF versions. Right? So what is the starting point of programming language? All are logical thinking only. Programming language means nothing is there. No derivations. Derivations ఉన్నాయా? Physics, chemistry, mathematics లెక్క. Derivations are there. ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ మైండ్లో అది పెట్టు చేసేయండి. ఏంటది? ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ అంటే టఫ్ అని అనుకుంటాం. టఫ్ అని అనుకుంటామా? వెరీ టఫ్ అని అనుకుంటాం. అలా ఏమీ లేదు. వెరీ సింపుల్. ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్, ఎవ్రీ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ రిమెంబర్ దే ప్రొవైడ్ సమ్ ఫీచర్స్. వి ట్రీట్ ఇట్ యాజ్ టూల్స్ అనుకోండి. టూల్స్ అనుకోండి. దే ప్రొవైడ్ టూల్స్. We must understand what is the purpose of each and every tool, when to use that particular tool. That is very, very important. Okay, when we have a problem, okay, regarding a project, okay, for that particular problem, which tool is suitable, which tool is required, which tool is needed for a given problem. That's it. Use that tool, apply the tool. Nothing more than that. All are simple concepts, right? When it comes to programming language, all are simple concepts. One line, two line definitions. First of all, in the beginning, right? And syntax will be there. What we call syntax? Syntax అనే వర్డ్ ఉంది కదా, ఉందా ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో? What do you mean by syntax? Whatever we talk about grammar, natural language లో grammar అన్నాం కదా, how the sentences are framed with help of grammar rules. Okay. In the same way, how to write a programming statement or programming instruction when using syntax. Syntax అంటాం. Right? It is indirectly nothing but rule అనుకోండి. Okay. Now, what is the starting point of programming language? Purpose of the programming language is for calculation, right? For calculation, okay, or automation, or I want to send the data, or I want to receive the data, or process the data, all these things, right? For that, the basic point is data. Data, whenever we talk about machine or computer system, what is the basic element for computer? Computer needs requires data, right? That means that's why we have data types. Data types are there. Starting point, programming language, first chapter. Data types ఉందా లేదా? Data types ఉంది. First point ఏంటది? Data types for any programming language. First issue is that data types, right? That means what type of data we can use in that particular language. Which data is understood by the language. That's the meaning, right? What type of data we can use in a C language, or which type of data is understood by the C language. That is data types, right? Okay. How many are there? Three or four? Three, four, five. Predefined data types are there. User defined data types are there, right? For example, we know that integer, right? Integer type, float type, double, long double, character type is there, string type is there, string data type is there purely. Okay, string type, if you want to work with string, we must depend on the existing data type, existing or available data type. That means available means when we work with strings, we must depend on character. అంతే కదా? We must depend on character type. And we'll take the help of another feature, that is arrays అంటారు. Arrays is there. Array టాపిక్ ఉందా? సిలబస్ ఎంతమంది చదివారు చూసిన ఇప్పటి వరకు? ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ టు ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ సిలబస్. సిలబస్ చూసిందా? చూడలేదు ఎవరు? సిలబస్ చూడలేదా? హలో, సిలబస్ చూసారా చూడలేదా? చూడలేదు. అంటే ఏంటి? మనం అడ్రస్ లేకుండానే సిటీలో వెతకడం అన్నట్టు. అంతేనా? అందరు అంతే. మన దగ్గర అడ్రస్ ఏమి లేదు. అడ్రస్ లేకుండానే మనం వెతకాలి, ఇల్లు వెతకాలి అట్లా. అంతేనా? First, read the syllabus, download the syllabus. Okay, download the syllabus and at least which topics are there. Try to understand it. How many topics are there? Which topics are there? Right? Okay. Okay. We have the data types. Right. Next one. Okay. We have these many data types are there. Next question comes to our mind. What to do? What to do with this data? అంతే కదా, డేటా ఉంది, తర్వాత ఏం చేయాలి? ఆపరేషన్స్ చేయాలా? Okay, calculations or measurements or calculation చేయాలి. That means, okay, what to do with this data? What operations we can perform on this different types of data? What types of operations we can perform on different types of data? What we call that one? Operations or operators are different types of operators are available. Every programming language provides the operations, right? For example, arithmetic operations are there. Arithmetic operations are there. Logical operations are there. Next, bitwise operations are there. And what are the other? Compile, comparison operator. Okay, greater than, less than, greater than, or equal to, less than or equal to. Next, assignment operator is there. Assignment is represented with two equal symbols or one equal symbol. When we use two equal symbols, that is equality, equality checking, right? When we use single equal symbol, that is assignment, right? How the assignment is evaluated? Assignment operator. In programming language also, how the expressions or statements are evaluated, two ways the evaluation is done. That is from left side to right side. Some operators are processed right side to left side also. Okay, among them from right side to left side, we have the assignment operator. Assignment operator is evaluated from right side to left side. In general, most of them are left side to right side, right? Ah, we have the data types. For those data types, different types of operations are there. Next one, next level. Operators tarvata, okay, data types, operators. Next one, some operator precedence is there. Operator precedence. Operator precedence topic is there. Operator precedence. What do you mean by that? Importance of each and every operator. Every language provides so many operators. Around 15 or 16 or 20 operators are there. Then how those operators can be evaluated? How those operators can be evaluated? Is there any procedure? What we call that one? Operator precedence antara? Ah, for example, if you, this is the expression, this expression must be evaluated by C runtime system. C runtime system. How this expression is evaluated? From left side to right side, or any other rule we need to follow? మన స్కూళ్ళలో మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ టీచర్ చెప్తారు. వాట్ ఇస్ దట్ రూల్? బాట్ మాస్ రూల్ అంటారు. బ్రాకెట్ బ్రాకెట్ ఆఫ్ డివిజన్, ఫస్ట్ బ్రాకెట్, దెన్ డివిజన్, multiplication, addition, and finally the subtraction. In the same way, every programming language some have some number of operators. Again, there is an importance is given. Operator precedence. Operator precedence table is there. Which operator is given the first preference? Which operator is given the second preference, third preference, like that. Based on that one, the complex expression will be evaluated, right? So the starting point, another one is that, okay, I want to discuss the basic components of machine digital system. Digital system. Here, three components, minimum three components. What are they? Second, secondary memory, right? Secondary memory, primary memory, and CPU. CPU means CPU box. What's the size of CPU? Small size, around 2 by 2 or 3 by 3, 2 centimeters, right? 2 by 2 or 3 by 3. The size of the CPU, small chip. We used to say i3 processor అంటాం కదా, Intel i3 processor, i5 processor, i7 processor. In our mobile phones also, so many processors are there, right? Different companies now. So how these are related together? Okay, I want to execute a file, for example. How this file is executed? Procedure. This is the procedure for machine, any machine. Whenever we talk about digital machine, this is the basic idea. Based on that one, all are developed. All features are developed. What is that one? First of all, the file must be stored on secondary storage device, right? Next one, I want to execute this particular file, which is stored on hard disk drive or solid state drive, SSD. How this file is executed, will be executed. ఎలా execution will? This file must be loaded from ఏంటది hard disk to the RAM, right? RAM to CPU. అంతేనా? Last. Yes or no? Right? It is the general procedure for any system, for any machine to perform something, to execute something, to process something. Right? What is that idea? The file must be loaded from hard disk to the RAM, RAM to CPU. The CPU will process the file. The CPU will process the file. Once the processing is completed, then what we need to do? Once the processing is completed, the file must be sent back to CPU to RAM, RAM to hard disk drive. And then a procedure, right? Okay, this is the procedure. Remember that one. For every system, we need secondary storage and primary. This is primary and CPU, right? This is the general idea how the machine works అనేది ఇది గుర్తుండాలి కంపల్సరీ because based on this concept only all features are provided or developed for any system or for any programming language, right? Okay, let's move to the our topic, second chapter. Just note on the heading, two-way selection. Two-way selection. Just note on this one, make it fast. The basic decision statement in the computer is two-way selection. The basic వాట్ అబౌట్ దిస్ టూ వే సెలెక్షన్? పేర్లోనే ఉంది కదా, టూ వే సెలెక్షన్ మీన్స్ టూ పాత్స్ విల్ బి దేర్, టూ పాత్స్ విల్ బి దేర్. ఓకే, జనరల్ గా మనం